Welcome to Next.js video tutorial series. In this one, this is part one, we will go through manual setup of a project using Next.js. In the next parts, we'll cover most of the topics around Next.js. Next.js is, if you don't know, Next.js is a React framework. I use it mainly for server-side rendering, but it has many more features actually. And we will go through these features. In this one, as I said, we will see how we can set up a project using manual step. And the plan is to set up a project, add some simple page, and then try to serve some static files and include it in our page. Let's say some image. So this on this page, you can find all the steps I explain in a video, in a text format. You can see it, source code. And more importantly, at the end of the page, you can see this editor and try to edit the actual source code that I will create in a second in a live mode. So I can edit and I can see the actual working page. This will be our final result and you can compile it. So let's start. As I said, our first step will be adding a new project. So source code for this part, if you check the GitHub, it is in step 1. So for all the parts, we will have different source code. So this is a source code for step 1 if we want to check. So I will, I already have step 1 in my root directory. So for purpose of this video, I will add a new directory. I will call it demo. So let me move to the demo. And let's open it in Visual Studio Code. I will use this editor for my code changes. And first thing that I will do, I will add package.js.json. We can do also a similar thing using npm. We can do npm init, but I prefer this way because I want to keep everything minimal. So this is our package.json. And now let's install our dependencies. So to get started manually, this is all we need. So we need Next, we need React, and then React DOM. The thing is, Next.js uses React component. I think I have a link to this. Let me check. So React component, I think it's also explained here as a base for pages. So since we will start with adding one simple page, we need also React. So now it's installed. If we go back to the project, we can see that now in our dependencies, we have all these dependencies. So next time, we can just do an npm install in this directory and it will install all these dependencies. And now what we can do, we can create a folder. I will call it pages. And this is a directory where you need to create all your pages. And let's start with index.js. This is gonna be our main page, let's say. And as with React, I will add our index page, let's say index page, and it will return our very simple HTML for now. Hello next.js. So for now, I have already everything to run, but I will do one more thing. So to automate the process, I will introduce scripts in this package.json. So scripts, and one script that we need is for development, and I will do next dev. This will start our project for development purposes. This is our normal start. Next start. I think for now we need all this these two. Then we will have one more. So if you check this one, so one more for build. So you can already add it, but I will skip this one. We will not use it now. And once I have all this, what I can do, I can go back to my terminal and do run dev. This should set up project, and we can go here to check the result. Yeah, and of course we need to export. Export default index page. So now it's compiled successfully. And now we have this project running. A few things about Next.js before we add some more steps. So basically, when we have our initial project, what we get is we have hot reload, meaning that if we do any changes here, this project will automatically detect it, and then you will have it here. A few more details, you can also check the website of Next.js official documentation for more, but basically, yeah, by default you get few features. For example, when you deploy, or let's say another way, from the first piece of code in Next.js, it's already ready for deployment, so you shouldn't need anything. I mean, deployment in production. So we get a bunch of useful features. And now what I will do, let's extend this page a bit. I want also show static pages, static files. So next thing I will add, let's include everything in div tag, just for convenience. So this is our div. I will add just like it's Next.js tutorial, and it is a manual project setup. And now we can add image. I have very simple image that I want to include. And the thing is, in Next.js, let me format a bit. If you want to introduce a static file, you can add it in a public folder. And let me add my image here. Yeah, and whatever you have in this folder, it will be available as a root. So it will be binded or mapped to this root path here. And our file name is image1.png. So now we should have this image also here. So this is already public, so whenever we serve a project, and if we include this file under this folder, under public folder, it will be available or accessible through this route. Yeah, I think for first part, that's it. So to set up a project manually, you need to have package.json. You need to introduce pages and at least one page, in our case it's index.js. The thing with this in index.js, Next.js, they use file name based URL routing, meaning that whatever you call this file, it will be part of your root. So for example, if I want to have about page, I need to call it about.js. And let's, for sake of the video, let's say it's our about page. And let's say we have some contents here, some content here. And if you go back and try /about, this will be our page. So how I call my file, it's important because this will be used as a path in my project. Actually, in one of our next tutorials, we will also cover this, but you can also get some inputs from URL. Let's say we are building some website where you have some bookings, let's say book, and you can do like start to dates, and you can receive this input from URL. But we will check this later. And to start like bootstrap the project, only file you need is this index.js. So if you have it, it will be used as a root path. And in public, as I said, everything you put here, it will be your static files and also accessible through this root paths. To finish this video, this part of the video, as I said, everything we did you can check through this code editor. You can also open it in a full screen. And also one very interesting feature of this REPL-IT, if you make any changes here, it will be forked under your GitHub. So you can save it or commit and push it, and then work in parallel on your repository. And for now, that's it for this video, for this part of the video, and see you in next one. Bye bye.